Max, how you doing, mate?
Very good, very, very good.
Next day after the treatment.
Yes.
Tell us, how did it go? What was your experience?
It was very calming. In fact, I was on the verge of falling asleep for the majority of it.
You were, yeah.
I was made to feel like a VIP.
Okay.
There was a number of people around me, and I felt like
five people in total.
5 people. Yeah, and they were kind of rotating in different sections of it, and I think that just ensured that everybody was coming at it fresh. And, even the lunch was very nice. Got to try
you liked
some
it,
new
right?
things. I did.
You tried something typical Turkish as well?
Yes.
What's it called?
Ayran.
Ayran. How would you describe it?
Salty yogurt.
Yes. It's the traditional Turkish drink, actually. Ayran.
Yeah, it was very good, and in general, yesterday was just a.
How was the treatment itself? How did you experience the treatment itself?
The initial anesthetic was not as bad as I thought it would be.
Okay. Because we are using a special tool called a dermojet as a pre-anesthetic tool, which actually makes the process a bit more comfortable. It's related to that, actually.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. And I think
on a scale of 1 to 10, what was the pain level that you experienced?
I think it was around about a 5. I know that there's more nerve endings at the front of the head here.
There is.
There was maybe a little bit more pain than around the back of the head there. But as the injections were happening, I knew that it was a worthwhile.
Yeah.
It was for a good purpose.
So you were considering this actually for a long time, right? This treatment.
Yes.
So for how many years were you walking around with the idea of doing a hair transplant?
I used to have very big, thick hair when I was going through university, and then at the age of about 22, I had a lot of stress-related fallout with kind of business troubles and stuff like this.
Yeah.
And it was falling out in clumps in the shower and in the sink, and it would be like in sporadic periods. So it was really from about the age of 22 and until the age of 28, which I am now, a 6-year period of me trying to hold on to it. But I always knew that a hair transplant would be there if I needed it.
Yeah,
and
as a permanent solution,
as
basically.
a permanent solution.
Yeah, it is.
And the time felt right to do it this year.
So you did your research.
Yep.
And what made you actually decide to go to Turkey? Because you live in Dallas, right? Originally from the UK.
Originally from the UK, living in Dallas.
Live in Dallas, owner of a dating app.
Yes.
Very interesting story, by the way. So you could have done it in the States. You could have done it in the UK because there's a lot of clinics in the UK as well.
Yeah.
What made you decide for Turkey particularly?
It was primarily the costs.
Okay, that's fair.
It was the entire package being bundled in. Me and my good friend James. You're also my good friend James.
Thank you.
I've got 2 good friends called James.
Yeah, well, that's a coincidence or not.
Exactly. Destiny.
Destiny.
We'd always been talking about going to Istanbul anyway. You know, there's been some big footballing moments here and stuff that we've been aware of. So
we are a soccer country.
Yes, absolutely. So it was just multiple reasons. Seeing Istanbul, which is a massive, beautiful city.
It's amazing.
You know, hotels and travel all part package. But yeah, I think it was just
the price, and you want to see Istanbul. Would you say that the quality was an aspect as well? Did you have any idea that the quality might be better in Turkey than in the States or in the UK?
Yeah.
Did you consider that as well? Because I can imagine that a person such as yourself wouldn't look only at costs, because you're quite conscious about such factors, I would say.
Yeah, of course. That's a good point. I should mention that.
Yeah. Just wondering, because I think this might be valuable for our viewers as well to have a look at that as well. That's why I'm asking.
So I think before coming to Istanbul, I was aware that the quality could be on par, if not better, than the providers in the UK and the US. But there were some risks with going with the wrong companies.
Yeah.
So I had to go through a tighter vetting process. And
elaborate on that, please. How did that process go? Because I'm quite curious, which will probably be the next question. Why did you choose for TecniFUE International? That's the next question which I was going to ask you, actually.
Cool. So I sent in an application with imagery and a breakdown of my problems and hopeful solutions to around 30 clinics.
Wow.
And then, yes.
You must have been bombarded with lots of information and messages.
It was, yeah. But it was so I could speak with their representatives and see who I trusted the most as an individual and as a company. And obviously I spoke with Jacob.
Jacob, one of our senior medical consultants.
Yeah, and he was amazing. He made me feel completely comfortable with things.
Right.
I paired that with the stellar reviews that you have on Google, and it was just a no-brainer to come to TecniFUE.
So nice to hear. So nice to hear. So, is there any particular message you want to share to our viewers which you think might be valuable in their process at this point of time?
I think that a lot of men in particular struggle with their confidence when they're losing their hair, and they take extreme measures to cover that through hats, and they have like powders that you put in your hair now, and it's just a constant day-to-day insecurity. For 8 hours sat in a chair with TecniFUE, for example, you can have long-lasting results that change the way that you present yourself to the world. So more than worth it.
Thank you so much for sharing this valuable experience that you had with us. You're really a great guy. It was really a pleasure. You have such an amazing energy, and I'm sure that you'll have a great result. And you'll be also sharing some of your videos of the process, which will be valuable for our viewers as well. So fantastic, man. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
My pleasure.
I appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.